What up, Scam? Welcome to Bar Advisor Bryce the Fourth, giving out raw reaction, interacting with the masses. No subject is safe. You hear the people and the noise, but that's the point, because without the people, what is the point? Embracing vibrations. I feel like the entire summer, not even just the entire summer, but August just like flew by. I'm not upset about it because you know what time it is. Football. Go Birds. I'm talking football. We get footy back. Football. We get foot back. We're talking American football. Hey, we're about to get in the thick of things. And it's time to buckle up. And you know, we always start this show off with talking about them birds. Go Birds, Eagles. They're playing in Brazil on a fucking Friday. A Friday. We're talking about a Friday. You work on Friday because I work on Friday. Kudos to you if you don't work on a Friday. I don't. I do. And so I got to wake up mentally to be prepared to cheer for the team that I love the most over any team that I love on a Friday. In an environment, they have wildfires out there. They're outbreak of diseases. They're not even allowed to leave their hotels. Darius Slay spoke out about it, saying like, this is dumb. His family can't even come visit him and watch him play because it's dangerous. Devontae Smith says no comment because he just, you know, in his heart of hearts he wanted to say something, but he can't. AJ Brown, I'm not leaving my hotel. I'm there for work. I'm in and I'm out. We are gone. This is crazy. I hope that the NFL, with the amount of people that have been speaking out about it, saying like, you're sending us to this wildly dangerous place for money, and this should not happen ever again. Brazil's crazy. London, sure, I get that. London, sure. Brazil at this time, very dumb. But on a lighter note, I was watching highlights and I saw 27 with Mitchell in the back. And I'm like, who the fuck? What? Did I miss something? Quinyon Mitchell changed his number from 30 to 27, which I love. That's a better DB number. Also, and if you know the Eagles, we also used to have a QM at 27, which was Quentin Mitchell. In the early to late 2000s. Perfectly fine safety. I have no bad things to say about Quentin Mitchell, and then also, more importantly, Malcolm Jenkins' number, safety, Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl. Only a couple people understand that reference, but that's okay. So I like that switch, and I also like that Will Shipley, running back, changed from 39 to 28. They said they liked him at 39 because he's a Danny Woodhead type player. If you don't know, Danny Woodhead played for multiple teams. He was a pass-catching back. He wore 30s. Sure. No. Will Shipley deserves 20s. And I'm glad he got 28. That's a dope number. Correll Buckhalter. If you don't know, now you know. But at the end of the day for the Eagles, imagine a world, just take any team name out of it. Imagine a world where you have a number one wide receiver on the outside, and then you have a number one wide receiver on the other side, and then you have a number two wide receiver as your third receiver in the slot who could also play on the outside, and then you have a pass catching back who could play 3 downs, block, run 3-4 yards up the middle, but also carry it outside and give you a wonderful fireworks play. That would be the Philadelphia Eagles. And then people were talking about the offensive coordinator and, can he get the best out of his players? And, will A.J. Brown thrive on the outside? I'll put this in perspective, and I'm taking stats that I've heard recently. Kellen Moore coached for the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb had 7 touchdowns of his 10 outside. Amari Cooper at the time had a career high 8 touchdowns, 7 of them outside. Brandon Cooks, 7 touchdowns, 6 of them outside. The fact that Jahan Dotson can and Devontae Smith can play outside, you don't know where anybody's going to be. It's going to be a shit show for defenses this year. As long as Jalen Hurts doesn't panic, and I don't think that he will because he thrives on pressure, when they tell this man he can't do it, it's going to be ugly. 27 points per game minimum for this team. I'm telling you. I love that we're going with the black helmets, white jersey, black pants. First time ever done. Those black helmets go crazy. As far as the rest of the NFL goes, Caleb for the Bears being named captain was a little weird for me as a rookie, but you got to give your rookie QB some confidence. I get that. That's fine. Brandon Ayuk got signed. They got Trent, their left tackle, signed. I didn't realize he was in the league for 15 years. That's crazy. But he hasn't taken a step down. Get your bread, bro. Get your bread. Get your bread. The receiver Pearsall from the Niners getting shot over a Rolex. Bro, just give him that Rolex. And what I've learned is that he shot him first, and then he shot the dude back, and the dude ran. Give up the Rolex, man. It's not that your life is not worth a watch. Here comes Noel. He didn't want to say anything. That's cool. But yeah. So go Birds. Fly Eagles fly on the road to victory. Friday. Have my fantasy draft. If you want to know what my lineup is, it goes Lamar Jackson at quarterback, Derrick Henry, and C-Mac. If you wonder how I got C-Mac, he was my keeper. Zay Flowers, also my keeper. So we were only allowed to keep one keeper from 1 through 6, one keeper from 6 through 15. I got Devontae Smith, nasty. Kyle Pitts, Raheem Mostert. I got the Jets defense. You can say what you want. I don't give a fuck about Hassan Reddick not being there. I don't care about that.
Draft your kicker.
Dan's out here talking to me about absolutely nothing. Evan McPherson as my kicker. On the bench, I got Kirk Cousins, who he's going to throw for 4,000 yards for no reason. J.K. Dobbins, Jahan Dotson. That was just in case of injury. And now, knock on wood, as I do, because I'm a very superstitious person, Deontay Foreman, and when I drafted him, he was on a team. Now he's not. He'll make his way onto a team. I don't want to hear your criticism. I don't care. And I got Luke McCaffrey, so we're bringing in family. This is family bonds. Jason Smith and Jigba, and that will round out my team. I'm not worried about anything. I think that the amount of rushing yards I'm going to get with my team is going to overcompensate for the fact that maybe I don't have, numbers when it comes to receivers. Also think that Devontae Smith might have more touchdowns than A.J. Brown just because people are going to be worried about A.J., Goddard, Saquon. You give Devontae Smith one-on-ones. Did he not win the Heisman? Wait a minute. Mike, Devontae Smith won the Heisman? Devontae Smith won the Heisman? No, he won the Heisman. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Stepping back.
Whoever's listening to him, I didn't mean that.
Of course he didn't. Stepping back from that, the Philadelphia Phillies. Just so streaky. Stepping up, though. And they're doing it without the bats. Like, they're playing really well without hitting home runs. Defense has been phenomenal. But I also have to go, shout out to Nick Castellanos. This man, and if you watch his press conferences, he's literally like, I'm out here just to hit a baseball. I'm not worried about analytics. I'm not worried about my approach. I'm not worried about what they're pitching. I'm out here to hit baseballs. If I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't. If you don't know, Nick Castellanos is first in the league with first pitches. He swings at the first pitch 52 99% of the time. So pitchers know that. And yet, this man went out there and delivered with 3 RBIs both on 2 outs. The second one was he had 2 count. Phillies, they're rolling right now. I love it. The team is rolling, and there's nothing much that you can say other than ring that fucking bell. When it comes to college football, I only have a few points. FSU stinks. They came out in week settle and lost to Georgia Tech. And then they go to play BC unranked and got their asses handed to them. BC literally took the blueprint from G Tech, just run it up the middle with their quarterback, with their running back, and then when you get that chance, throw some screens. I don't know what the hell FSU is doing, and I don't care because it's all about the U. ACC winning that division. Talk about it. LFC, up the Reds. Mangled. You'll never walk alone. Mangled. Manchester United at Old Trafford. 2 from Luis Diaz. Learn the song. I won't sing it today, but I will eventually because I know it now. Luis Diaz has a song and he deserves it. And they, of course, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, running down the wings. La 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 la, the Egyptian king. Peace out, Big Mike. Getting his money. You know he scores at Old Trafford. That's 12 goals for Big Mo. The most by a player that does not don those colors for Man U ever. Mo Salah, the best winger in footy history. Book it. And as I said, Arnie Slot, goddamn. He also has a song, Kudos to Klopp, the king. Yeah, Liverpool's on a really good tear, and it's international break, which I fucking hate. But I hope everybody stays healthy and a great, transition into the end of the show. I went to Chicago for the first time, and it was awesome. I went with my lady, my fiance, Big Boob, and she knows who she is. It was a treat. We got there. We saw this guy with a Phil's hat on, and I said, "Let's go Phil's," and he looked at me like I was on fire. And then he was like, "I think he forgot that he had the hat on." And he's like, "Let's go Phil's, go Birds." That was my first go Birds of the trip. I had 7 in total, which was awesome. And we went to a place called State Pineapple. Now they have places. We saw a place they have in Boston. Very, very nice place. I recommend them. Shout out to State Pineapple. It was awesome. And they did a good job of accommodating us. They had a really nice bar. And we get there, and we were meeting up with my guy. Shout out to Alex Nippon, my guy. And this man ran, apparently, to the train to make sure he was on time. God, this man was sweaty as shit. It was so funny. You had to hug this man like, but it was. I appreciate that he showed up. And this couple walked by us. And the guy had a Philly shirt on, like a black Philly shirt on. And I said, "Let's go Phil's." And he looked, and he looked very reluctant. And he was, "Let's go Phil's." And his wife started dancing. She's like, "Let's go." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I wore this shirt this morning, and my wife told me that that I was gonna, somebody's gonna say, 'Let's go Phillies.'" And he was like, "No, they're not." And he was like, "I'll bet you $50. So he goes, "Damn, you just won my wife $50. I'm sorry. What's crazy is I almost was like, "Can I get a cut of that? Can you pay my tab? Can I get $10? Can I get $10? You know what I'm saying? Can I pay that? I met up with my homie Brandon. Shout out to B Max. He happened to just so be living right across the street from where we were staying. The weirdest shit ever. Chicago is gigantic city, and when I told him where we were at, he was like, "Yeah, I live right across the street from where you're staying." So, we stayed for 3 days and met up with Brennan. And we had a really good time late night. Their bars are awesome. And I will say Malort sucks. It is not great. It will sit on your taste buds like a bird watcher at Central Park. 100%. It'll be sitting there, ready for nothing. The architecture in Chicago is amazing. We took a river tour. I couldn't. My neck hurts because I was looking up the entire time. I said that if I was a 12-year-old and I didn't know what I was doing in my life and I took that river tour, I'd want to be an architect. It was so dope. Lake Michigan is amazing. Chicago dogs I'm not gonna say overrated. There's so much stuff on it that you're like chewing for a million days. Deep dish pizza though, amazing. Especially if you go to a good place and they make it right, not enough, like not too much cheese, just the right amount of toppings. Awesome. The Chicago Art Museum, it's vast. There's no chance that you make it through there without a day of doing nothing. We went to the Georgia O'Keeffe, New York's, exhibit, and it's mesmerizing. I posted a lot of things. If you follow me on Snapchat, if you don't, let me know. But it was there's. It's like going through a forest and you're trying to explore, and like I can come back here and see things that you had never seen before. It's very much so worth your time. We were there for 3 hours, and I was like, we haven't even hit 1/4 of this. I'm definitely going back to Chicago for sure. So shout out to Alex, shout out to Katie, shout out to Brandon. Most importantly, shout out to Booba. But at the end of the day, the NFL season's starting, and it's about to get live. So, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles, go Birds! Let's go, Birds! Big ups to the first state. Stay focused and be great. Take a sip.